It's the Art Studio Home Edition. Hey fourth graders, welcome to the second week of art in our homes. Hope everyone enjoyed doing the cactus watercolors last week. You guys rock them. Tell your parents to keep on sending them in. You can even send pictures of you working on them. I love to see it. We are going to do something different today, and it's going to seem like it's going to be hard, but I know you guys can do it. So we are going to be making a colored wheel eye. So we're going to use our knowledge of colors, make a color wheel, and then we're going to create an eye out of it. Super fun. Okay, stay tuned for how to do it. Let's get creative. Okay, let's talk materials and art mediums we're going to need to make our color wheel eye. So we obviously need paper. This can just be regular paper. And we're actually going to need 2 pieces. So just take the 2 pieces and set one to the side, which I'm going to do right now. And I always have a mat or something underneath so I can protect my table. So we need 2 pieces of paper, a pair of scissors, a glue stick for later, so we're going to put those to the side, a pencil, an eraser. We're going to need those first, so we're going to put them right over here. A Sharpie is preferable, but if you only have a Crayola marker, use that. We're going to move this to the side. Something to color in with. I would suggest I'm using colored pencils. You can use colored pencils or crayons or markers, or if you have watercolors, that would even be better. But we're going to do colored pencils today. So that's why I have my handy dandy sharpener. And, okay, so this is going to be a little different. If you have a ruler at your house or something you can draw that allows you to draw straight would be great. So see if you can find that. And then 2 items. I'm going to use my color wheel right here. That we can use as a template to go around to make 2 circles. A larger circle and a smaller circle. So go find those 2 items and come right back to it. Sound good? See you soon. Okay, we're getting started. One thing I did forget to tell you to get is a tissue because we're going to smudge our pencil lines and at the end of it. So I just go grab a tissue or a piece of toilet paper or anything that you can smudge with. Your finger will work, but it's easier to use a tissue for this. Okay, so we're going to grab our larger circle first. So I'm using my color wheel. So I'm just going to go around it. I'm going to bear down hard, so my lines are going to be darker just so you guys can see them. When you do this, make them a little lighter. So this is just going to make our bigger circle right in the middle. Lift it up. Ta-da! Circle. Now I'm going to put our awesome color wheel over here so we can look at it in a second. And then I'm going to take our smaller circle, put it right in the middle, and just go around it too. Again, I'm bearing down harder. Your line should be lighter. Perfect. Now comes a little bit more of the difficult part. This is going to be the hardest part of this whole entire process. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pencil and try to make in the middle a dot. Then you're going to take your straight edge. It could be a ruler. It could be anything you find around your house that could help you draw a straight line. And we're going to cut our circle in half. It's kind of like we're making a pizza, and our pizza needs to have 12 slices. So right now we have 2 slices. Then we're going to do a cross. And I'm trying my best to get right in the center. It's okay if it isn't, because it's still going to work out. Then we're going to make our cross go up. So now we have 4 slices. The way we're going to make our pizza have 12 slices is to make each piece have 3 in here. So that's what we're going to do next. This is the hardest part. So I want you to just do the best you can. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 dots. So what we're going to do is make one right here, one right here. See? Now I have 1, 2, 3. We're going to do the same thing. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, that one's a little close. That's going to be somebody's not getting enough pizza on that one. That's not fair. So we're going to move it. Ready? 1, 2. Now, I didn't measure these, so they're not perfect, and that's okay. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do our lines across. If you want to be very very perfect about it. You can measure, but I suggest to just do it this way. Okay, we're gonna go across to make more pieces of pizza. Our goal is to go across this dot. If that doesn't happen, that's a-okay. It's just helping us know. I'm gonna come across this way now. It's just telling us that we need to cross that dot. Making more slices now. 2 more dots to connect. Again, yours should be lighter marks. And you can go back and erase or do what you need. As long as you have those 12 slices at the end, we are a-okay. Okay, ta-da, we did it. Congratulations. The next things we're gonna do is we're gonna make 2 dots in the middle, 2 circles. These are gonna be our shiny parts of our eyes, our reflection, because this is our pupil and then we have our iris. So we're gonna take it, we're gonna make 1 big one and 1 little smaller one later on, just so we know what to color in. Okay, so here's how we're gonna start it. We're gonna pretend this is kind of almost like a clock, and I'm gonna tell you the colors to fill in. So we're gonna start, and it goes in rainbow order, but we add colors. So these 2 colors are gonna be in a family, but we're gonna put the color, mix these 2 together to make this color. Make sense? It's gonna make sense first. So our number 1 is red. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just like a clock. Number 1 is red. Number 2, if this is gonna be 3 is orange, this is gonna be a red orange. And we're cutting this out, so that's why we're going around it so we can do it. So you can, and if you need a pause at the end. So red, red, orange, orange. If number 5 is yellow, 5 o'clock is yellow, what do you think 4 is going to be? A yellow orange. Because we're just taking these 2 and mixing the middle. Number 7, we're going to skip 1 and go to 7 is green. Then we know 6 is what? Yellow green. We're going to skip 1, we're skipping 8, we go to 9. Red, orange, yellow, green. What's number 9? Blue. Just in rainbow order. So we know blue, green is going to be number 8. Now we come up to, skipping 10. And if you notice, these are actually, we're doing odd numbers. Evens are the colors that are mixed. Number 11. Let's see, we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue. And we're going to call it, we actually do violet instead of indigo. So we're going to do violet or purple. I'll put that in parentheses. Violet, purple. So we know this is going to be a blue violet. And our last ones, we're going to combine 11 and 1 to 12 to make a violet red. Okay, so pause it if you need to. Go grab your colors and we'll get back to it. What I want you to do is, if you need to screenshot this, go for it. Just remember that these are our families. So we're combining, we're combining our families to make our number 2, okay? So red and orange make red, orange, yellow, orange. Kind of get it? So go back and make sure you label them so it's easier to color in a second. Okay, pause me and we'll get back to it. Okay guys, there's a couple ways you can do this while we color. We're going to start with our red. If you have a bunch of different color pencil shades, that's awesome. Find the ones that match. If you don't, and if you're using, even crayons will tell you if it's a red, orange, or violet. You can take one color and you can put one color down and then put another color up over it and you can blend it to make it look like red, orange. If you are doing watercolors, what you would do is you would start with a red and then you would color your orange and then you would paint your red, orange together right here. Kind of makes sense? Okay, let's get it going. So I'm going to pick my red out. Oh, it's Poppy Red. Shout out to Poppy. So we're going to color our red in. And I'm going to remember to do my best coloring. Move it around, get it how you like it. I'm not coloring anywhere in this black circle. well, it's not a black circle yet, but that's our pupil, and we're going to be coloring that black later with our Sharpies or our markers, whatever you have. So, good time to start some music maybe. Get yourself going. I noticed that I was a little loud in the other videos, and whenever I made this noise, it was really loud on there, so I'm trying really hard not to be loud and do that, but it's not working, guys, because I think I'm a loud person. Okay, since I don't have a red-orange, I'm going to pretend I don't have a red-orange for my red-orange thing. I'm going to take a red, and I'm going to put down a red lightly. I'm not pushing it down as hard. And quick quiz, can you guys tell me the primary colors? I hope you just said red, blue, and yellow. I'm pretending you're like on Dora, and you have to answer me. I know, guys, you're like, Dora, we don't like Dora. But just saying, it's kind of like that. So I'm going to go back, obviously, to my red layer. Now I'm going to do my orange layer on top. And if I want to push down a little bit harder on this one, awesome. That is fine. And then I can always layer it back if I want to make my red a little bit darker over. This is all about blending and making sure you like the colors that you want. And you can always smudge it too. I'm using ink tints, color pencils. And the color pencils are a little bit different. So you can see the tinge of orange in there. Now I'm going to decide I need to get a yellow, orange, and an orange. So I'm going to test some of my oranges out and see which one I think is going to be best. So I think this will be great for orange. And again, we're cutting this out. This is a great way to test your colors before you start, which I should have done. And I think that's more of a yellow orange. So we're going to do our tangerine and an orange, okay? So, let's get to the next color. Same thing. Start with my orange. And you can hear Rocky in the background. He's having a good time being super, super awesome. Or bad, depends on what you want to call it. Okay, so I have my orange. What color am I going to do next? Yellow orange. So I'm going to let you guys get to this and start coloring yourself. I'll stop myself, and when we get back together, we should have all these filled in. Remember, just add the color if you need to. So again, if I come to yellow-green, I find my yellow-green color. I could do a yellow shade and a green shade. And you can kind of go for a search and see which ones. It just should be a natural progression of red to orange. To red, orange, yellow. So it's kind of just a nice progression. Okay, can't wait to see your best coloring. Let's finish. Okay, good job coloring. If you notice, colored everything in, and you can definitely tell. We start with our red, orange, yellow, etc., etc. If you needed to stop and make sure you wrote down all the words, I really appreciate you doing that because that helps you kind of get organized and do it. So our next step is to color our pupil in. What I'm going to do is don't erase your lines yet inside. We'll do that last. And I'm just going to go over this so I remember not to color it in. And what I'm going to do is now, of course, color in the black circle. And I might go over this. So I have a crisp kind of line. And it's okay. See, it's okay if you had a little bit of your colors come inside of it because we're going around it. And we're just going to color. And those will color those pencil lines from your pizza from earlier. So you can kind of still see my lines that I made with my pencil because I bear it down so hard. But yours should be a little lighter and not as noticeable. Okay. And remember when you're at your house and you're using a Sharpie, put a piece of paper, a mat, or something underneath it. Just because you do not want to ruin your table or your desk or wherever you're working at. okay in the art studio because our tables are made for that, and my table has seen too many art projects to count, so it lives a different life than probably your kitchen table does. Okay, so we have that colored in. My next step is I'm just going to go back and erase, because you can see some of the lines in here, and erase inside of my two circles. There we go. We have our iris and our pupil. Now it's time to cut it out. So you're just going to cut all the way around. I'm going to do it, and I'll catch you back later. Okay, so grab your other piece of paper. Put your beautiful color wheel eye in the middle. I kind of like mine where the color wheel is going the right way, but you can decide which way you like to do it. But I do like it to be in order, so I suggest that. We're going to make our eye shape now. I need to think about my eye. It is the shape of an almond, but our football, it kind of cuts this part off. So what I'm going to do is going to draw it. I'm going to draw the top part first and then meet this part down. What I want to do is I'm going to go over so I know where to cut and trim my eye so it fits perfectly. So I want to put it right where I want it. I'm going to come and make the shape of the eye. This might take a couple tries, so do not get frustrated. And I can always even out my lines when I need to, okay? That's why we have erasers. Thank goodness for erasers, right? Where would art be, our life be, without erasers? And since I didn't finish it up like I want to, now all I'm going to do is finish this. I'm going to finish this. You can make your eye a little thicker if you want. You can make it a little thinner. It's all up to you. So now all I'm going to do is trim my eye to fit with what I just did. I'm going to finish this part up too. And I kind of have a wonky eye, but that's okay. I'm going to trim and trim. And then I didn't mean to drop it. I forgot how loud that is. So I'm sorry for your ears. So now I have the shape of my eye and it's ready to glue. So grab a glue stick, glue, regular liquid glue, glitter. I'm just kidding. Don't use glitter glue. Don't waste your good glitter glue for this. Any kind of glue you have. I'm going to make sure I get right at the ends. Kind of creepy. You can see the pupil still. And then I just line it back up. And I'm ready now to make my eye features. So for the eye features, we're going to need just a pencil and something to smudge it with. So we're going to start by making our eye crease. And our eye crease is just above. If you need to stop and look in the mirror to look at your eye, go for it. But we're going to start from right here, and we're going to make just an arc. This is not your eyebrow. This is your eye crease. We're going to make then we're going to make a small line because this is going to show down underneath it. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to make a line, goes underneath it and erases up here. Then we have on our part of our eye, our corner of our eye, we have something like this. So we're going to put that in there. And then we're going to start kind of smudging and creating a little bit more depth to everything. What I want to do is make sure, then I'm going to just go back and thicken the lines. I like to just do a little bit in here, shade it. So this is all the shading part. Shading adds that depth to it. So it looks more 3D and realistic. And that's what we want to do with this one. Take your time though. It's all about practice of it. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit more lighter. See how I'm holding? I changed, when I'm drawing, I hold like this. When I want those perfect lines. When I'm doing it, I'm kind of doing it to the side, holding it kind of more like this. He's kind of sleeping just because he's doing a lighter work. So you can sleep on the job a little bit, I guess. Then I'm going to take my tissue. I'm going to start smudging that. Remember smudging? What does smudging do? It just makes those lines a little bit blender. And I want to kind of bring it down. See how it creates? You lose that deep, deep line. It's creating something pretty awesome. Then we're going to come and do it down here. And I do, like for this, I normally, if we were in our classroom, be using graphite pencils or charcoal pencils just so we could have a little bit easier way. Since we're just using our standard pencils, that's why I say to use a good old tissue. And I like to have it folded, and then you can kind of twist it if you need to get a smaller corner. Like I'm going to twist it a little bit more to do a corner of our eye. And I kind of like to add a little bit more around here. Okay, so now let's add even more depth and shading into our eye to make it really pop. So I'm going to come around here, do a little light in here again. I'm doing it on the side because I want this to be super light when I start it. Then again, if I want to go back and add the lines darker, I can do that too. I'm going to add a little bit to the corner. You can tell I've already creased my paper. It's okay. I'm also used to we're using thicker paper, but that's okay. We're doing what we can today, aren't we? So we're going to just thicken this line a little bit. I want these lines to really pop. And that's all I'm doing, is just going around and doing it. Now our next step is we're going to take it and I'm going to hold it even lighter. I'm going to take this and go like this. And I'm using the side of the pencil, not the tip, the side. And I'm just going to the corner. And I'm creating light lines. I'm going to do it in this corner too. And I kind of want it, this one to kind of, because I want it to circle up. So I'm doing a curved line close to our eye to create that movement of our eye. Then I'm going to come and do it on this corner. A little bit lightly around it up here. And a little bit in this corner. Now, do you think I'm going to leave it looking like that? No way! So I'm going to come and smudge it again. And smudge, smudge, smudge. Okay, so you don't wrinkle your paper. Hold. See, I'm holding my thumb and this, and I'm spreading the paper, kind of holding it down hard, and then I'm coming in and pushing down really hard to smudge it. So you don't want your paper like when we erase. You know how it sometimes crumbles? It's just like that. We don't want that to happen. So if you spread, so you can see the tension I have, spread it. And do it this way. I wish, if we were in our classroom, I would say the same thing, and I would hope you're not getting, see, oh, I was talking, I got distracted, made a wrinkle, but no big deal. Just smooth it out. Because you're going to have to use a lot of pressure to get your lines how you want them, okay? Oh, hey, Rocky. Okay. So we're going to take a pause. I want you to keep on adding some smudge, some lines. Then we're going to come back and do our eyelashes and our lid line. I am going to tell you I'm going to add a little bit of color in here and in here just to kind of make it. There you go. And Lexi, trying to think what else I'm going to tell you before we do it. I'm going to start, and I'm going to even add some more, maybe some more color into our crease, like this. But start adding, get how you like. You don't want it to be completely dark, completely shaded black. You want to have a lot of different shading going on. that's all I'm doing. And we're going to start with eyelashes. I told you I was going to pause it, but I might let you guys just see what I'm going to do. It's always a work in progress. Do not worry if yours is not perfect at the first part. I'm going to add a little bit of a darker line up here. I want to thicken this out. So when we add this is going to be our lash line. So I want to make sure I have enough thickness to create those lines. So I'm making more of a darker line and I'm thickening it out. Then I kind of go back and add our smudging. And keep on adding. I keep on looking back up and seeing what I need to make our lid of our eye. Doing the long, smooth it out. Okay. Looking to see what else I want to add. I might add a little bit more over here. Don't want to forget about that corner. Again, I hope you're listening to some music because this is kind of dull right now where I'm just talking to myself. Okay. So we can go back and add, after we add our eyelashes, we can keep on adding. But we want to think about this with our eyelashes. I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper real quick. I'm going to use this. Our eyelashes are not like when we were little. So this is our eye. Our eyelashes aren't straight, are they? They're more of a curve. They come out. And they're thicker on the bottom and thinner at the top. So it's the word we use is taper. Remember we used that word before when we were drawing our tree branches. It tapers. So it gets bigger and smaller. It's tapering. So and then you of course have smaller on the bottom. So we're going to try to do that up here. You can make them pretty. I mean, if you want yours to look like they have false eyelashes, you could use a larger one. But just kind of make it look natural, how you like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in this corner. And your eyelashes, I'm going to come and bring it from the lid. And these are longer on the side. I'm kind of thinking of that. And then I'm going to come down. Okay. I want these to be a darker, because these are, of course, darker than my crease line and my lines that I shaded. So I'm going to make it a natural curve. They're not straight up. They're not like curlicues. They're just naturally. You can have short ones and long ones because you want to have different. You can stop and look at your own eyelashes. Now, boys, you might want to make yours shorter, and that is a-okay. Even though lots of guys, they have long eyelashes. And you have to have eyelashes. Everyone has to have eyelashes. It protects your eyes from bad things coming into them. So if you didn't have eyelashes, you would actually kind of be sad, boys. Okay. So, sorry, my computer wants to update. Sorry, computer, you're not updating right now. We're doing a video. I guess I didn't get the memo that we're on a closed set. Okay, so I'm just keep on adding. I like to come from the end and then come to the smaller part because I like to do the longer ones first. But again, artist choice, and you guys can decide how you like to do it. Just keep on adding them. Some people like to have them crisscross a little bit because they cross sometimes if you look closely at your eyelashes. I'm not doing that for this one just because it gets a little complicated, and I don't know if I want to be complicated right now. But again, if you want to be super duper cool and do it, go for it. Might make a smaller one come out here. I don't even, because they're actually your eyelashes are in bunches. So they're kind of, that's how it is. You don't want yours to look like spider eyelashes. That would be kind of sad. But it doesn't mean that you can't have. Awesome. And then you're going to start curving them as you get closer to the middle, to the side, because these are going to be more straight up. Doing less of a curve as I get closer to this side, because it's actually going to kind of switch the way it looks, okay? That's why it's good to start on one side and then come over. Again, as long as they're not coming straight up and looking like spiders, I think I'm going to be happy with what you guys are doing. I know you guys can rock it. Again, this is not coming up from your crease line. This is coming up from your lid line. There we go. We'll keep on going. You might want to add a different, little smaller one right here. But I don't want it to be all kind of crazy. You can cross this way. And you can go back and always when you're done is fill in a little bit more. Again, I kind of make a triangle first at the bottom so I can know to taper. And then I kind of just come up like that. These might be a little bit more far apart. As you get closer to your corner of your eye on this side, they get a little bit more smaller. And you guys can go look in your eyes and really kind of focus and see what you see. If you need to stop and do that, of course, pause me. I won't know if you do. And if you need to take a break, take a break. Go get something to eat. Hopefully everyone's having some good snacks. Or go outside if it's nice. It's finally getting nice again, which is good. You need to go for a walk. Take a break and do it. If you need to take a break and start your math, whatever you need to do, right, guys? Okay, so this is going to be starting curving a little bit different. So I'm going to make it kind of curving a little bit more to the side. Okay, now I'm kind of going to lay it down a little bit so I know exactly where I wanted it to go. Okay. These are going to be a little thinner just because they start to thin out as soon as you get in your corner of your eye. And I'm actually going to go back and erase these too because I don't want them so close to my eye part. So it gets smaller and bigger as you go. And again, I can go back and fill in if I want to fill in some more. If I say, hey, I want to fill in, if I want to cross some, I can cross some. Just as long as I know that they taper out. Now I'm going to do down here. These are not long, are they? They're kind of small, and I'm going to start at this corner now. I'm just going to come, and I'm not coming up here. I'm coming to this second line, okay? If I need to darken it so you can see it a little bit better, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to start up here because I'd be in your eye, and if your eyelashes are growing out of your eyes, you got a problem, okay? Just saying. Keep on adding. Sorry, I keep looking and adding, and that's what you can do too. I'll come back and add more. I'm not going to make you guys watch me do that. Okay, so I'm going to come and I'm going to make just small. And again, they're not straight down either because that would be spider eyes. And these are shorter. I want it to come out from this side a little bit a different curve. They're a little bit longer towards the end of your eye. Okay, so I just can go back and darken that if I need to. So you now have your eyelashes. The next step is to just go back, add all your details that you want to do, smudge a little bit more, and then we'll come back for our finishing touches. Okay. Time for our finishing touches. Okay, so we don't have that much finishing touches. Just go back and make sure you put all the shading that you like. I put a freckle underneath my eye because I have one, and I thought that'd be fun, a little different detail. I'm going to, of course, sign my name at the bottom. And one last optional one. If you would like to add a little bit of reflection in your eye, besides the one in your pupil, I think it looks really cool. You might not have white paint at home, so don't worry about it. We can even do it when you get back to the art studio. But if you have white paint, I'm just going to use just some cheap craft paint. And I'm going to take you can use a paintbrush, but I'm just using a Q-tip because it's right here. And then I'm just going to make some reflection. It's almost like a cloud. in the eye. It kind of adds a little bit more of a cool effect to it. Then I'm going to dip it again, and a little one over here. And again, this is completely optional. I kind of like the way it looks, so that's why I did it. But if you don't have white paint, no stress, right? We talked about that. These art's usually not stressful. It makes us actually lose stress. So that's why we don't need to worry and be cool about it. I might add just a little bit down here just to have a nice reflection. Okay, so that can dry for a little bit. Send me the pics of your done color wheel eyes. I cannot wait to see them. Also look for our challenge. It's going to be a little bit goofy and, well, I hope you enjoy it. I've been really loving all the work you've been sending in. If you have any comments, let me know. Also, like and subscribe to our art channel. You can always do any other art videos you see that we put down on the list. So even if you want to do the early childhood robots, go for it. You can decide what you want to do. But I always just have specific ones for you guys just because you're a little bit older and super artistically talented. So see you soon. Can't wait to see all your beautiful color wheel eyes. Also, as a bonus at the end, you can have an outtake of what Rocky was doing while I was filming the kindergarten and first and second grade videos. He's so bad, guys, but so adorable, so he gets what he wants. That's life. Okay, see you soon. Bye. Rocky, what are you doing? Oh, hey.